Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Man, that is loud. I have to close the doors. 1 second. You know, I used to have to close the window because fucking dogs would be barking all the time. You remember that, guys? Remember I'd leave the window open and we hear some loud ass dog in the background? It's like, fuck, hold on. You know you're doing things when you go from loud barking dogs to having to close it because the waves hitting the side of the mountain is too fucking loud and it's taking over your microphone. So that's a nice little adjustment. 172 market. I mean, it's like, I feel like I'm the weatherman in San Diego. It's like, what's the weather like today? It's like, it's fucking up. It's good. Sun's rising. Clear. Nice. And that's the thing. It's beautiful. I love how people are no longer drinking bleach. Because I remember when the market cap would bounce really high or Bitcoin would double and people would literally freak out like I've never seen before. Like they're ready to sell their kids, their house, everything for Bitcoin. It's a crazy. And now it's kind of, we've evolved into what I like to think of a wealthy mind state where it's expected. You know, you wake up with all-time highs every day for the last week or two and it's expected. You know, it's not like it's that big of a deal anymore. It's just and that's the beautiful thing. That's when you know you're going the right path in life. When greatness is upon you and it's expected. And the magic antidote to mix in there is to be thankful and present. And man, anything can happen in life. Because you really don't need a lot of money when you start out. I remember when my brother first got out of prison, he was working with a lot of illegal immigrants for basically a road company. And the illegal immigrants would always bitch about the pay because they got paid like really low, sometimes even less than minimum wage. And my brother did too, because you come out and you have a felony, you might as well be an illegal immigrant because that's how they teach you. It doesn't really make sense. You know, they put you in there, paint you as this kind of thing, quote unquote, rehabilitate you, but then you can't get a job. But moving on. My brother never looked at it that way. My brother never once bitched. He always said to me, he said, if you accept the job, then you do it. You don't bitch about the pay. If you accept the pay, if you accept the conditions, you do it 110%. You don't do it and then bitch. And guess who ended up owning the company? I'll give you a hint. My brother. So that's the kind of mindset that people need, because you can't expect, it's all right. Think of this analogy. You want to live high in the sky in a penthouse, right? But yet you don't want to do the simple task of walking to the elevator. No, you want to magically be transported to the elevator where you have to do no work and then magically be on the top floor where you're at. I mean, you have to start somewhere, and starting, if you think about your mom is like a car, and then you open the door and then you're out, right? You walk to that damn elevator and you get up, but some people don't feel like walking. They just want to sit down, and that's fine. But it's all relative. So think of it as like if that was the motion, if it was simply that. When you are on the ground walking to the elevator, you do not have anxiety of not getting to the elevator, right? You're not anxious. You're not like, what if I don't make it? What if I trip and fall? What if it's too far? You don't think of that, right? You just, you're already there basically in your head. You're just doing the motions, probably on your phone or distracted, either how. Well, if you could translate that to life and think that you're already there, guys, you're already wealthy. You just got to do the walk. And it's as crazy as being so panicky and thinking you're never going to get it right now, financial, whatever wise you want in your life, as it is to be on the ground looking up at the elevator and being, like anxious that you're not going to get there. I can use this analogy in so many different ways, but I think this one is pretty spot on if you can really absorb it, because you can't be focused on right now where you are. You just got to walk up to the elevator. And some people, there's no answer. There's no blueprint. You're going to see a lot of people trying to sell you get rich guides and all that. Hell, I mean, I'm not hating on them. I don't hate on anybody. I don't care. I don't focus on that shit. I'm just saying that basically the only key ingredient you need is presence, a hunger and desire. Remember the apple story from a few videos back. If you haven't seen it, watch a couple of videos back about the apple out of reach and what you would do for it. You know, that's the hunger that's inside of everyone. It's only brought out by most when you need it, aka you're only off your ass when the fire is burning it. But when there's no fire, when there's no lion, when there's no predator, when there's no outside resistance pushing in on you to move, that's life pushing you. The gazelle will sit there and it won't move a fucking muscle and eat the grass. But the moment it senses a lion, it's gone, it's running. That's what people live like. Think of the animals. Think of how everything works. Think of what animal you would be. What characteristics are you most like? Think of that. Are you the one that only moves when you have to? Or are you always searching? You're always moving. Are you the one that's passing up gazelles because they're not even good enough for you? Right? Are you the one that's not desperate, not afraid to die? Or are you the exact opposite? And be real, because that's the one thing, man. That's another thing. Like, dude, I was a lot of things in my life, and you have to just kind of face it head on. It's not like a lot of this is manufactured. A lot of people want to chalk it up to being natural or whatever, but that's not what it is at all. It's not natural. Like, anything can be honed on, anything can be worked on, and you got to start somewhere, and you got to be brutally honest. Like, you got to be brutally honest. You can be like, man, I'm the gazelle, right? And then you can be like, all right, well, guess what a gazelle can't do? Motherfucking lift weights. What can a gazelle do? Constructive mind therapy on yourself, right? You don't have to always go and seek outside. You can really start with yourself. And the first thing is, people think they don't know how. It's like, do you know how to breathe? Do you know how to beat your heart? Who taught you how to beat your heart? I mean, it's the same thing. Who taught you about confidence? You don't need to learn it. It's there. You just have to unleash it. And it's kind of like you have this spinning wheel, like the wheel of fortune. And people are just stuck on desperate. People are just stuck on scared. But yet you just move the wheel over and you could be on confident, because it's a part of you. It's there already, yet you're shining light on fear, anxiety, scared is always there, just like confidence, anxiety, happiness. That's why you can be scared when you're safe and you can be happy when you're in a very weird spot. It's because you're already there. It's just a matter of flashing a light on it. And people just need to simply move the wheel over. It's that simple. I don't give a fuck. If you're listening to this, then you're probably, I understand. Like, I can understand that people don't get a chance in life. And that sucks, man. And that's what makes me even thankful every single day, because you got to think you have the curse and the blessing, because it's the curse to have that where people don't have a chance. But yet it's the blessing because it teaches you from a fundamental point. You need no books. You need nothing. All you need to look at is like, wow, look how shitty that person's life is, and look how my life is in comparison. I'm thankful, right? It's all one kind of design, perfect and beautiful, yet it has scars and it's vicious, but it all kind of works together, and you can't even try to comprehend it. It's like trying to comprehend a pool and the molecules keeping it together. No, you just dive in and swim and enjoy until you bitch ass drown, or whatever happens to you. And I hope you have a good life. But I know it's it's not necessarily crypto talk, but it really is, because it's just, don't worry about what you're making right now. Just keep working till your goal. Walk into the elevator. And all of the market, I mean, when this comes in, people are going to buy on Bitcoin. But like I said, people who've been holding on to Bitcoin, I've gotten so many people into cryptocurrency, so many people, and they buy their first Bitcoin. All they say is, all I want is a Bitcoin. That's all they want. All they want is a Bitcoin. I'm like, all right, man, cool. And then, we'll be talking, and then they're like, man, yeah, Bitcoin up a little bit. It's like, how's your stuff doing? And, like, oh, this did that, and this did that. And they're like, interesting. Tell me more about this. Altcoin, is it? And then, you know, you start telling them about Ethereum, you start telling them about Neo, you start telling them about No Limit Coin and all these other altcoins, whatever you want to call them. I don't like calling them altcoins, but you got to name it something, right? And before you know it, you know, my homeboy who just only wanted Bitcoin, before you know it, he's got some Ethereum, he's got some Neo, he's got some No Limit Coin. He's got a little of this, he's got a little of that, and he's always searching. Now he's coming to me with coins. Oh, what do you think of this coin, Dan? Hey, Dan, have you seen this coin? This coin looks like it has great potential. And that's how people do. It's human nature. People come in, they buy their Bitcoin, and then they look around because this is like the entry. First, people got to get in. It's like it's scary. You know, it's cryptocurrency. Is it a scam? What the hell's going on? And then they jump in. They got their own Bitcoin. They got it for a while, and they understand it. And they're like, okay. Because nobody's going to learn Bitcoin until they get Bitcoin. Then they know everything about Bitcoin, at least how to send it and receive it and how to keep it safe, right? How it's theirs. And, you know, they get the private keys and they understand it. Now they're doing research and like, very interesting. Now they're in. And now, once you're in and expanded, and this is correlates right. So I told a story about life that correlated right into crypto. This is a story about crypto that's going to correlate right back into life. It's going to make a beautiful looking 8 or, two-sided titties. I mean, they look like titties from both sides. Infinity titties. And man, so basically the awareness in they get their awareness in Bitcoin, right? So their awareness has expanded in the crypto sphere. And now look at it. If you look at this mouse, you can see they're starting to, you know, because this is usually how they learn it, right? Because people, it doesn't matter. You can tell them to look up any coins. You know, you're going to tell them about CoinMarketCap or one of these coin research sites. And this is where it's going to go. They're going to look at the best to the worst in the market cap. That's just what it is. And then the fancy, they might do this. They might be like, And then, you know, they might be like, Damn, Monaco's getting kicked in the dick. Look at that. And damn, how did that happen? That is crazy. That went up way up here. That is sick. It just got cut down. What? It went up to 28, almost 30 at one. Okay, 26. I thought I saw 28 all the way. Wow, so that's over. It just got chopped at the fucking knees. At the waist, actually. Oh, yeah, that was good. OMG. Been having that. But basically, let's correlate this story. So their awareness is they're going to keep coming up and they're going to start seeing, and then they're going to start asking questions and doing their research and finding the best, absolute best coins. And it's just fucking really cool to see. And I'm starting to see it with all kinds of people. Everyone's doing that. So this comes, and as you know, that correlates to life. As you try new things, your awareness gets expanded that you didn't understand. You're more comfortable when you weren't more comfortable. And then it's because that's about life, man. Life is about climbing somewhere, stabilizing yourself and becoming comfortable just to become uncomfortable again. Because your life can't always be uncomfortable, because then you're doing something wrong. Right? Yeah, it's ebb and flow. You can't just always have uncomfort, because then it's like, fuck, either, you know, outside situations are really shitty and you can't, you know, you're just, that's life for you, or you're doing something wrong and you need to switch it up, because it's not always. You have to, you always have to plateau in life at some point just to rise again, because you have to get stable. You have to understand your newfound powers. You have to conquer. You have to master. You can't ever master something if you're never comfortable with it, right? So you have to get comfortable, master a level, and then before you know it, you seek the uncomfort, because you're trying something that you never tried before. And that's just life. So it's this market cap raising 172 right on to 200, shattering that 150 bill. So you're going to start to see a bunch of coins just absolutely start to fill out more and more. You know, see the coins creeping back up. All of these coins are going to, like I said, it doesn't matter. You're going to have some that creep up faster than others, and then they're going to correct or not. But basically, you're going to have a lot of filling out. Like I said, I mean, even at SYS's darkest day during that dip, I mean, you remember that? You remember these coins, how cheap they were during that dip? Just absolutely crazy. And what was happening, because I was so bad with ICOs, dude, I was just investing in everything. Like, it got to the point, I don't share my strategies on those. It just got to the point where it was like, it was just so profitable when I was hitting that it didn't matter what I invested in. I stopped doing that now, because I'm just more solely focused on, because now even that has not become the most profitable, because that's the thing. Like, you know, you do something, you get profitable, then before you know it, you get more profitable, and then you want to get more profitable. And then you kind of, you know, like setting lures was really profitable. You know, at first I was just trading, just getting involved. And then before you know it, setting lures and spear fishing, and then, you know, doing my thing, and just keep expanding. And then it got really profitable just to basically, I could basically just, it's not like it was though. It's calmed down. The ICO mania is like, there's going to be a lot of ICOs, but they're not going to be raising as much as they were, because there was a point where you could literally invest in any ICO and win. It was hard not to win. There were a few that walked away, but it was basically a win every time. And I was just taking full advantage of that. That's all. And I fucking killed it with ICOs. Holy shit. August ICOs were just insane. And then you mix that with July. What happened? Oh, that was such beauty. It's just like, got all that Ethereum for $1.50 so I can invest in all the ICOs that won. It was just amazing. And now that has slowed down, and what I invested in now is what I'm invested in. If I can't become, so a lot of the people that come to me, or I'll come to them, because I approach people. I approach people and try to work out a mutual deal with like a partnership or something. If I feel comfortable, like I was like, man, I really like this coin, and I know I can do damage, so why wouldn't I, right? And if we can't come to a mutual agreement, that's fine. But basically, at this point, with how much money I can bring to the table, how much money I can raise, and how much, I mean, if you want to join the research team, if you want to join, make some money, running Slacks, writing articles, whatever you want to do. If you got a talent, you can holler at XP in the No Limit Slack, or basically just message them, and we can get you, we can get you on. There's still a lot of room on No Limit Coin. Like, there's always a project where we can put people, and we can bring that mentality to, new ICOs that need it. And basically that has become my new go-to. I don't really mind sharing my strategies, because I really don't give a fuck. Like, I already know there's going to be competition and people stealing my shit, but it's all good, because you got to be able to, it's like, once you steal my power, you got to be able to fucking use it. And some people don't know how to fucking use it. They're just going to fuck up something. But that's basically, I'm moving on to some next level shit when it comes to my investing. And I basically have to be invested hardcore. I'm still gonna take biggish swings with deals I don't make, and that I still feel comfortable that they're legit, and yada yada yada, because I'm not ignorant. I'm not gonna turn down winners. But I just think I can do so much damage at this point, so I just have to sit down at the couch as well. Oh man, there is just so much fucking, it's just, what is there to talk about? It's just like, get in at this point. I'm not really, the market has just been steadily climbing. I've literally been preaching this the whole time. It's like, just get in. That's what I'm doing. Just, if I have fiat, it's now crypto. I keep a little, I keep some fiat just in case, because you never know. But things are starting to slide. The awareness shift for cryptocurrencies is taking a major shift. And we're starting to see really what's about to happen, and it's going to be 250 in a blink of an eye, and before you know it, it's just going to keep rising and rising. $10,000 Bitcoin, $1,000 Ethereum, all the altcoins are going to do Batman heads. You're going to see Batman heads with a ton of these coins, like Golem's about to do a big old Batman head, and basically that's just what happens. I mean, so if you want me to break down kind of what it is, how I figure it, it's basically, what happens is Bitcoin keeps the coins down, right? That's what Bitcoin does. And then all of a sudden, when people get comfortable, they start to expand to the altcoins. And you're going to see a lot of altcoins that did this. And then what happened? There was the crash, and then the Bitcoin fiasco, craziness, and the 2 Bitcoin and all that stuff. And now people think Bitcoin is going to go up. And now what happened? All of the people that have Bitcoin, right? They are just chilling, and now they're getting complacent, and now they're going to want altcoins again. And you're going to see them come up, and you're going to see Bitcoin kind of stabilize off a little bit. And, I think 4,000 or 5,000, maybe 6,000 might be a little peak for us for a little bit. Although anything can happen. I mean, we can get a major shift in awareness. 2% of the world could just hop on overnight, literally, and we could see Bitcoin absolutely 20x. But I think the altcoins are going to have a nice clean thing here, and then with ebb and flow, like always, Bitcoin's going to go up, And you're going to start to see the Batman heads for the USD are going to start to look really lopsided. You're going to have to see them like this. They're going to be like deformed ones, because then this ear is going to be really big, and then, you know, it's going to look really weird. But with the Bitcoin, it's going to be a little bit more realistic, right? It's not going to be as lopsided, because these coins are never going to bitch slap Bitcoin that hard. There's always going to be a nice ebb and flow. And that's the thing with these altcoins. You never know when one of these are just going to go rogue either. They're not all, like, you can't just lump them all with the Batman heads. Like, oh, they're all going to Batman. No, that's not what's going to happen. A lot of these coins, you never know what the hell can happen with a lot of these coins. These coins could just absolutely skyrocket. And, yeah, so I got some Neo at 35. I got some Neo at 30. I got another lure set at 25 just in case. I'm still setting lures because I still want good quality coins that I think are going to do good. And I still haven't, it's a shame, I still haven't sold my Bitcoin Cash. I need to. It's just a matter of doing it. I hate to have to split it and all that bullshit. And I'm going to end it on that. But basically, see, that's the funny thing. I was doing my videos, and Burger Hold noticed that I had the little dinging noise going all the time with my staking. And he was like, dude, you know how to turn that off? I was like, no, I don't know how to fucking turn that off. And he told me. See, I am that dude. Like, I'm the airplane that I'm throwing everything off just so I can go faster. I'm not going to learn your name. I'm not going to learn how to pronounce your name. I'm not going to learn how to do the small things. I'm just so focused, so dead wired on the meat, what matters, the most important aspect, how to make the most money, right? That's what I'm focused on while building, right? It's not about making money. I take that back. That's actually a terrible mindset. It's about building value. So that's what I'm doing. I'm constantly focused on creating value. The money falls in a bucket after that, and that's all I'm focused on. And I will learn names. I know that it could be disrespectful to not learn names. I understand that. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but no disrespect to you. I'm not changing my story. I'm not getting out of my lane to learn your fucking name. And if you want to hate me for it, hey, I'm going to learn it when I learn it. I'm going to try my hardest, obviously, every time. But that's not my thing. I'm not doing all that shit. Like, I'm too busy. I got one move, and that one move is to move quick as fuck and create as much value as possible. So I don't worry about the small things. It's so funny how the small little things I don't know, but I know like the scope of it. I know a lot about Bitcoin. I know a lot about the blockchain technology. I'm not a programmer, but I've probably watched days and days on just pure material, like probably 100 hours or more on Bitcoin. Just everything. I love watching it. The history of Bitcoin I watched the other day. I'm just so fascinated with it. Always watching Vitalik. See? I'm always watching Vitalik talk. Dan Larimar. Probably not his name. But and I've heard of. I mean, I hear their names over and over and over again. But guess what? It's like I don't absorb the words that don't matter. I'm just listening. I know when to tune in, right? If I have them on 1.5x. Always watch my videos on 1.5x, by the way. Much, much better for your time and just overall. I watch all my videos on that. And I just have a bullshit. Like, y'all need to do it to me when I fucking bullshit talk. It's like, oh, he's not talking about nothing real. And then you're like, oh, all right, he's on to something. That's when I tune in. Same thing with all these people. Dano, all these people. You're going to hear the same thing, but you always get a gem. I always get a gem out of listening to these people talk. And on that note, I'm going to kill it there. Cheers. Peace.